Last time these two teams met on Boxing Day,
Hmm.
it was wild.
Yeah.
A blizzard hit right as the second half started.
No kidding.
Players were slipping and sliding all over the place.
Oh, wow.
Total chaos. It just added to the whole drama of Midland's Derby.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're diving into another Leicester City versus Wolverhampton Wanderers clash.
Right.
And thankfully this time, the forecast is looking clear.
Good.
The tension, though, that's definitely still there.
Absolutely. Both teams are fighting to climb out of the relegation zone. It's going to be a tense one.
Definitely. So we've got match previews and some historical data to dig into for this deep dive.
Okay.
What are the biggest things we need to understand going into this match?
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear. Both Leicester sitting in 17th
Right.
and Wolves further down in 19th. They're desperate for points.
For sure.
But it's more than just the table.
Oh,
Their defenses have been, well, let's just say generous.
generous. I like that. So are we talking about defensive errors, tactical mishaps, or just plain bad luck?
It's a little bit of everything, I think.
Okay.
Leicester, for example, they seem to have trouble with this thing called a high line.
I like.
Their defenders push way up the field,
Mm-hmm.
which can be good, for pressing and winning the ball back quickly,
Right.
but it leaves them open for those fast counterattacks.
So a team with some speedy forwards could really take advantage of that.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And that leads us to another really interesting thing. The new managers.
Right?
Ruud van Nistelrooy at Leicester
Yeah.
and Vítor Pereira at Wolves,
Uh-huh.
both looking for their first win.
First win for both.
Yeah. And their approaches could totally change how these teams play.
For sure. Now, Pereira's track record is pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
He's known for starting new jobs with a 1-0 win.
It's kind of his thing.
Is that just a weird coincidence, or is there like something tactical going on there?
It's more than just coincidence, I think. What's interesting about Pereira is that he really focuses on organization and discipline,
Okay.
especially when it comes to defense. He likes a compact formation.
Uh-huh.
He makes being solid at the back a priority.
Makes sense.
And this often leads to, low-scoring tactical games, at least at the beginning.
Gotcha. So a 1-0 win wouldn't be a surprise, especially with both teams having shaky defenses.
Right.
But wait, you said Leicester struggles with a high line.
Yeah.
Could this be bad news for them against a Pereira-led Wolves?
It could be. But you have to remember, this is Leicester's home turf.
Right.
They've historically been really strong against Wolves at home.
At home.
7 games unbeaten at King Power Stadium. That's a pretty big deal.
That's true. And a lot of those wins have been clean sheets, right?
Yeah, but there's another thing.
Right.
In Leicester's 8 home games this season, both teams have scored.
So maybe we could actually see a more open back-and-forth kind of match.
It's definitely possible, especially with their defenses.
So who are the players that could really make a difference in this one?
Well, for Leicester, it's hard to ignore Jamie Vardy.
Oh, yeah, good point.
He loves playing against Wolves, it seems.
Uh-huh.
3 goals in his last 5 appearances against them.
Wow.
And every single one of those goals led to a Leicester win.
That's huge. And you mentioned that Wolves under Pereira might sit back a bit more.
Yeah.
So Vardy's movement and his ability to find space behind the defenders could be a real problem for them.
Definitely Vardy is tricky.
He is. But, Wolves have been decent at shutting down fast strikers lately. Do you really think Vardy will have it easy?
Well, it'll be tough for sure. But Vardy is a veteran.
Right.
He knows how to find even the smallest gaps.
That's true.
And on the other side, Wolves will be looking to Matthias Cunha to make things happen.
Matthias Cunha.
Yeah, he scored their only goal in that loss to Ipswich.
Uh-huh.
And he also scored against Leicester the last time they played.
Interesting.
He's good at dribbling at defenders and creating something out of nothing.
So he could be key for them.
I think so.
This is starting to feel like a real tactical battle. Pereira's organized defense up against Leicester's possible high-pressing attack.
Right.
Plus, we've got the Vardy factor. I'm already getting nervous.
Me too. And don't forget the psychological side of things.
Oh, right.
It's a Midlands derby. Local pride is on the line.
For sure.
Both teams are under a ton of pressure to get out of that relegation zone.
Yeah, especially with the holidays coming up.
A win here would be massive.
Yeah.
Not just for the points, but for morale, too.
Absolutely. So much to consider. We've got the tactical battle, the individual players, the psychological drama. It's going to be wild.
Definitely.
But here's something else to think about while you're watching the game. We've talked a lot about the new managers.
Yeah.
But what about the players who are already there? How will they react to the new leadership? Will they step up, Or will the pressure be too much? That's something I'm definitely going to be paying attention to.
That's a great point. Their reactions and how they adapt to the changes will be a key storyline. It adds another layer of intrigue to what's already shaping up to be a fascinating match.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well said.
Thanks.
All right, that's our deep dive into Leicester versus Wolves. Make sure to tune in on Boxing Day to see how it all unfolds.
Can't wait.
Should be a good one.
Definitely.
See you next time.
See ya.